Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails with your most notorious groupie, Allison Round. Oh no, that was a sin. I can't miss my hair. Right, George? My bangs, right, Gio? Just kidding. Alright, anyway, I'm also the author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie Me. Go down in that description to get the link to my book, my merchandise, the beer, the drink, whatever of the day, the videos that we may be showing. Get down on like it was the 80s. No tap, tap, tap from here. Alright, guys. And thanks again for all the love, all the support, you guys. I'm healing well from my car wreck. It's, yeah. Getting much better. Stitches will come out in a few more days. So thank you for all the love and support with that. It was truly, truly just, whoa, what the fuck just happened kind of moment. So, and to all the new people, welcome aboard, you guys. Thank you for bringing more love and light and laughter to this channel. I can't even tell you how much I totally appreciate it and love you guys for bringing that vibe and energy here and all the great ideas everybody is giving me, new, old, or somewhere in between. You guys really have so much to do with the growth of this channel. So I appreciate that. Lots of love to you guys. And speaking of growth, we're going to kind of talk about, because I get a lot of questions, you know, about how what it takes to get the book into a movie or a series or whatever, you know, how I would move forward, because there are a lot of issues with my book that do need to be sensitively addressed. My age. So, and we are going to finish off this little peach cobbler from one of my favorite local shades, because it would be awesomely peachy if my book did become a movie or miniseries or series, something like that. So we're going to have a little bit of peachy cobbler pie. All right, everybody, kick up your feet. Let's have a little cocktails and rocktails. Cheers, big ears. Oh, I love these guys. They always do such a great flavor. Let me refresh. Ooh. So good. Cinnamon, vanilla, graham cracker. Oh, you can taste the peaches are so sweet, fresh. It's making my mouth water. All right, guys. And speaking of mouth water, I know we would all love it if my book became a movie or a series. But I do realize, you know, there are hurdles that I would have to take. I do realize things are going to change for my book once it does get signed, but things are going to change in a lot of really amazing ways. Like the first way, you're going to hear more stories that not only are not in my book, but from the other girls. Because seriously, like, I'm only telling, there was 3 or 4 of us in a night together with the band and the days are on the road and all that stuff, but I'm only telling my story. We all went in different directions with different guys and had different relationships. So, you know, you guys would get to see all that awesomeness from the other girls and their stories and their feelings and their take on things and their laughter and their sides, which to me is amazing, which I love, because we had so many great times, and to have those up on the screen and you guys enjoy even more, that's a huge, big thing for me that I would love about that. You know, think about like Sex and the City, how it wasn't just Carrie was the main character, but it was about all the women, and these are actually true stories based on her and her friends and her life in New York. So, and so is Big, and the Mikhail Baryshnikov character who she went to Paris with in the original one. So, and that's another aspect we would look at, because someone did say to me, you don't have any legal right to use their names. I actually do, but for something if it does become a series, I would expect names to be changed, amalgamations to be made among the characters. Like, I've always kind of pictured James Hetfield being mixed in with Steve Jones as one main character type of thing, and the other girls, I would always want them to be true to who they were in life and most reflective of that, because the women are so, other girls that I hung out with and women were so amazing, and our chemistry and everything really is what made us kind of stand out from the others, and our laughter and just the shit we instigated, really. And by the way, everybody, this is my new baby Beluga. He's a 14-pound little baby, beautiful boy. He wandered in, so I thought I'd introduce you guys to him. Say hi, Beluga. Say hi, kitty kitty. Alright, let's put him down. It takes a bit of an effort to put him down because he's big. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so back to what my book would look like as a film or movie. Now, if it was a movie rather than a series, I would assume it would be more like Bohemian Rhapsody or Pistol or something like that, where the characters were true to who they were in life, including the bands, the other girls, the roadies, everything. So that to me would be more appropriate, because I think for a series it would be more appropriate and more interesting and be able to elongate and kind of amalgamate a lot of stories if the characters were changed into different characters. But for a movie, I would want it to 100% stay true to John Entwistle of The Who and Metallica and, you know, Depeche Mode, or, you know, Dave Gahan and Vincent Paul. And I would want those to be true in the movie rather than in the series. I think there would be room to build off the characters. So, and you know, one of the things that really, really is, I think for me, kind of the scariest, biggest hindrance of my book is because of our ages when we started out and when we were hanging out with bands, because we were in high school, stuff like that. So, you know, and I've put a lot of thought, and you guys can tell me what you think about this. Excuse me. So you have a girl either graduating high school or getting out of college. I kind of prefer high school, you know, because she can be 18, 19, almost 19 years old. So she's with her boyfriend. It's after graduation, or they're blowing off the last day of school, and they're having sex in his high school room, and he's got his rock posters around, and there's Metallica. And while she's on top of him, she's looking, and afterward, you know, and she has a great orgasm, whatever. Collapses down next to her boyfriend. He's like, you weren't looking at me the whole time. You were looking at the poster of Metallica. Yeah, because that lead singer's hot. He's hot. And no, like you could ever fuck him. You don't think I could? No, well, they're coming in town to 2 weeks. Let's find out. Something kind of that scenario where then she ends up at the concert, sees her high school boyfriend, is like, bye, and never looks back. Because I kind of had a moment with that, with Metallica downtown, and I've talked about this story. It's down in one of the first times I meet Metallica, it's in I'll repost this someday, the tour of the downtown hotels that I did, like, in the first couple months I started this channel. So, and I'll put the link down in the description as well. But yeah, something like that, or she's in college and the same thing happens, and then 2 weeks later she's backstage and, like I said, never looks back, and kind of gets the ball rolling. Or it could start on the day that that John passed away, and kind of sitting there and going back to how did I get here type of, you want to know how I got here? Well, we've got to start back from the beginning type of scenario. And then it goes into Salt Lake City in the 80s, because I definitely want it to be set in Salt Lake City because it's such an unexpected place. And to travel with me through Seattle, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, wherever, so I think that one of those two scenarios would make a good start, because then you could just kind of play on the stories from then on out. Because that's one thing I do know, that my age will absolutely have to be changed. Maybe 10 years ago or so. Okay, Beluga, what are you doing? Oh, God. He's been doing this. Hang on. He's a saucy little kitty. He's funny. He's only 4 years old, so he's still a kiddo. But anyway, so I think that one of those scenarios would kind of be a good place to start the series or the movie on, because like I said, it's, I wrote the book. It took me 8 years from beginning to end, and then the day I published it in 2014. So a lot has changed in our culture and society that would be too sensitive for maybe some agencies to take on. But I have no problem with that being changed. I think that would be a good start. And then, like I said, we have different scenarios for the girls, and you have your rivals and stuff like that. So I kind of think if you have any ideas how you think it would go in the book, how you would like to see it, do put them down in the description. These are just things that I kind of think about because I know certain things are going to be changed. And like I said, if there's going to be like a main, you know, romantic character, that because there were a few, oh God, my kitty, a few main romantic characters happening in my life over time, like Vin and James and, you know, Steve Jones and ones that the 13-year bass player. I think they would have to amalgamate a couple of them, and I think Steve Jones and James Hetfield would be a perfect amalgamation into one character. So I mean, and that's this kitty cat, I'm telling you. So cute though. All right, but like I said, tell me what you think. Tell me your ideas. How you think you would like to see the book play out, whether it was a movie or a series. Because like I said, I think a movie definitely would be more true to life, true to the names, true to the actual, as to where a series, my book is a great foundation to build upon. I think there's two different ways to kind of play it out. But I would like to hear everybody's ideas and comments. You know, I love to hear that because you guys have some great ideas and are great supporters. So let me know down there. Let me know how you kind of see it playing it out, what you think of my ideas, because like I said, my biggest thing is the age issue with us girls. I think we would have to be, you know, 18 or above to be able to really actually pull it off. But that's easily changed because I am pliable and open to things to being changed to, you know, enhance the story, not enhance the storyline, but because I don't want to lie about anything. I just want my book to be a good basis for a series. But it, like I said, if it's a movie, then it has to be true to life. But so there's kind of my thoughts on it. It's not too many thoughts because I think the rest will work out. I want the other girls to definitely have their participation in it. That to me is incredibly important because, you know, back in the day when we were all doing the guest list, and we'd all be on the same guest list, we would all know that we'd be put on that guest list. It was always me +3, Danny +3, Daviny +3, Kristen +3. We always did this together, and we always had each other's backs. And every single one of us were part of the party and came along for the ride. We just kind of rode different men. And, you know, like I was the unicycle. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, so I think that's something to me that's extremely important. Plus, the rest of the world gets to see the rest of the girls and their beauty and their personalities and get to hear how much fun they had living their lives. Because like I said, my book is just about me because that's all I can talk about. So, and would you like to see it more as a Sex and the City style, you know, 4 friends going out, but the rock and roll, Sex and the City of rock and roll? Or do you want something a little bit more different, a little bit, I mean, because it's going to be saucier than Sex and the City, no matter how you slice it. I know Sex and the City really opened a lot of the doors for women's sexuality and to be owned for the first time, really, truly, on any series and stuff, which I love because I think it really kind of brought to light how we really do talk about men and some of the things that we get up to as single women. And so now take that up a notch to being groupies and rock and roll. I think it'd be awesome. But tell me guys what you think in those comments because like I say, I truly value you guys' opinions and your questions and words, and I'm always happy to be here and listen to you guys and bring what you want to this channel. So there you go. Just a few thoughts of mine. We'll see how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping soon. Because that would be nice. Because Hollywood really is out of ideas. They're just remaking everything that we did in the 80s. Because we perfected it in the 80s just like we did being groupies. You know, the movies. Well, no, there's been a lot of great movies. But like I said, we definitely perfected being groupies in the 80s. We knew who had the power. What was the name of that band? Bongwater or something? They had a song called Power of Pussy. Power of Pussy. Yep. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to my babble again today. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm just over the moon that all the cool people that are bringing all the laughter, love, and light to my channel. I thank you guys so, so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. Can't ever thank you enough. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit my bells, and hit that share button. Spread me like I spread my legs in the 80s. Alright. Oh, I may have something coming up soon. I definitely have some people coming in town soon. But we'll see what happens when I'm there. Alright guys, we'll see you next time on Cocktails and Rocktails with me, Notorious Groupie Allison Rouse. Cheers, big ears. And no, it's not orange juice, it really is peach cobbler.